This is O-Talk, a podcast covering the Ontario Hockey League. From people within the game. Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. Welcome back to the O-Talk podcast. Thanks to Jordan again for that phenomenal intro. Welcome back. We promised that we'd come back with more interviews. We promised we'd come back so you guys are getting tired of hearing the same three voices all the time. But get ready because you're about to get tired of saying the same fourth voice. We're pleased to welcome back Colts forward Cole Beaudoin to the show. We just came off talking about the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. What better way to continue that talk than with someone who is actually there and actually playing? So instead of hearing Jordan, Frankie, and I speculate about what it was like, we're going to get the real opinions and send it over to Cole and ask him some questions and do some trivia at the end because the O game is in fact back and we're pulling out all the stops because we have a guest on board. So Cole, welcome back to the show, man. Thanks again for hopping on. I feel like you're just our default guy now. So like if you pop off this season, you're going to get a bunch of requests from us just talking about that. But dude, how's the summer been? You're back home in Ottawa, traveled for the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, obviously. How are you doing? Training? How's training going? What's up in your life right now?
Yeah, training's definitely been busy. Obviously, before the tournament, just getting ready. Obviously, I wasn't sure if I was gonna be on the team, so just training, getting ready for next season. Not even trying to focus about if I was gonna make the team. And then kind of got the call, and then just all the training kind of went towards that real quick, and then obviously went to Czech and Slovakia to play there. But then the summer's been busy, just trying to keep on the ice, keep in the gym, trying to get stronger faster. I think trying to get faster is my main objective this summer. But yeah, it's been really good.
Well, that sounds great. And before we get into the talk, maybe more Hlinka Gretzky Cup focus, just take us through maybe some of your training. Obviously, you and Frankie now both in Ottawa, the Ottawa Bros. Are you skating with anyone in particular, or are you just kind of doing your own thing here?
Kind of doing my own thing. I work out in the fitness lab with Adam Bracken. He's been helping me a lot. I've before the summer, I told him I really want to work on my footwork, coordination, my speed. And he's done a lot of that, and I give lots of props to him. So that's been really good. And then on the ice, just trying to work with skating coaches like Shelly Kettles, Ashley Jones, and Kingston area, Oshawa area. So they've been really good with me. And then just skills coaches like Casey Torres. So just trying to get on the ice as much as possible, get my skill game up, and then also keep my skating, since skating is basically the main thing in hockey now. So yeah.
That sounds great, man. And it sounds like you're making some great strides heading into next year. And I talked about it a little bit off the top. We literally talked about the Hlinka Gretzky Cup not too long ago. It was last week's episode. But we felt it was kind of good to get some more exposure on this tournament, get some new voices into this mix, and honestly just talk about it more just because the summer is the summer. And aside from off-season training, there's not a ton going on. So we're going to shift right into it. And Cole, I'm going to ask you, man, you talked about it a little bit and you mentioned it. You weren't sure if you were going to get the call. Very pleasant surprise to me and a lot of other people. We were so happy. But why were you not sure if you were going to make the team or not? Take us through that process a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Just there's so many great players. You really never know. Obviously, I had confidence and trying to stay as positive as possible, thinking I was going to make it, but you just never know. They talk about Hockey Canada always talks about they don't build the all-star team, they build a team to win. So I really thought that I fit that kind of category, and I think I'm a player that brings a team together. I work hard, all that kind of stuff. So I felt confident in that kind of way, but just you never really know. So yeah.
Well, I mean, you talk about how many talented players there are, and looking back at this roster in particular, Canada's dominated at this tournament, by the way. Just I think 22 gold medals or something like that. They've been elite at the U18 level. This, I'd say, this last team that we just rostered here, probably one of the more dynamic ones, if I'm going to be honest, just with the talent level and looking ahead towards the future at mock drafts and all of that stuff. There was some serious talent here. So right off the hop, what were some of your takeaways looking back at some of the teammates that you were able to play with at this tournament?
Yeah, definitely. There was a bunch of old guys, so that was always cool. But I think just meeting the Western guys and the Q guys. It's so cool. Just getting friends that you'll like have for the rest of your life, kind of thing. And playing with them is unbelievable. And little shout out to Richie, Ryder Richie's. I actually played against him when I lived in Switzerland when I was young. So, and our dads play together in the Spangler Cup. So it's kind of a weird connection there. So we've been kind of close there, and then now playing on the same team at the Hlinka. That's just it's really really cool. And we got in touch, had some good conversations. So it's definitely good to see some friends and make some new friends.
All right, that is an insane connection. And
Yeah.
sorry to all the people listening. There is absolutely no way any of us could have ever researched that ever. Like, no chance. I'm a huge fan of the Spengler Cup, and I've told this to Bo's like off the air. I'm a big fan of that tournament. So say that again. Your dad, you and Ryder Richie's dads played together on the Spengler Cup Canada team, and you guys played against each other in hockey in Switzerland. That is wild.
Yeah.
That is
I have a picture of us in the stands, me and him together. We were like crying because they just lost in like overtime, I think, in the finals. So I don't know. I showed him that and we started laughing, but it's crazy connection there. But yeah, it's wild.
That is insane. But anyways, hockey fans, Spengler Cup hype, get on board. It's a great tournament to watch. It's fantastic. So going into maybe your personal performance a little bit, what did you kind of like looking back now that the tournament's over? How did you feel about your performance overall? Just in the way kind of like people perceived you, in the way people were talking about you and your play style. How did you feel about your performance just as a whole?
Yeah, obviously I think I played pretty well. I kind of went into the tournament just expecting like, hey, I got the call out of 14 forwards to be on this team. Like I was already happy enough. And then just when we get there practicing, try to work your way on the lineup, try to stay in. And then so when you get there, you're just practicing, trying to earn your spot, like I said. But then once you're in the games, just trying to do everything you can to get the win, do all the little things right. And then yeah, the tournament went really well for me. I thought I played really well. Played a key role in the penalty kill. Was started like fourth line center, worked my way up to second line winger with actually Richie and McQueen. So did some really good things there. But yeah, I thought it was really well. I thought I played really, really well and played my game, which is really important.
That's great to hear. And I think that was a really big storyline. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but that was a really big storyline that I heard, that you just worked your way up the lineup, which is fantastic to see. Aside from like the incredible names clearly on your team, like that's just some of the best hockey names I've ever heard. But like when you talk about Team Canada and assembling that team, like a team to win, and just that kind of molds into the fact of players just playing their role. And obviously you had a role to play on this team. Looking back, how do you feel that your teammates played their role? Like when everything came together, how did you feel about everyone just stepping into their own role and kind of coming together and just, buying into the system, I guess, is for a lack of a better word?
Yeah, definitely. You obviously sometimes you have some teams where everyone tries to be the goal scorer. Everyone tries to be the hero. This team really like everyone knew who they were, and everyone did like you said their role, which is really important. So if they knew they were like more of a physical player that got on the forecheck or like laid the body, all that kind of stuff, they did that. We never like got in like arguments, and we were all as a good group, and it was actually really really good. And I think that helped us a lot. But yeah, everyone did what they were supposed to do, and it showed in the outcomes. So yeah.
For sure. And you touched on this a little bit. Your dad obviously played many stops at the international level, played in the NHL. What kind of advice is he giving you before a tournament like this, where you're traveling so far away from home, playing in, just a completely different environment that you're maybe used to? Can you take us through some of the conversations that you guys had just leading up to the tournament, even during? What were some of the things that he was saying?
Well, obviously he didn't make the team, so I mean, but
I didn't
no,
want to throw that in there. I just like
yeah,
he's
I had
played
to throw that in
everywhere. I
there.
just like I'm not trying to disrespect him like that.
Yeah, no. But yeah, he's definitely been such a huge help to me, role model, everything. He's taught me so much. So going into it, he's like, your game, your game more than anyone else. Play your game, work hard, do all the little things right, and people will notice, people will see that, and good things will come from that. And then during the tournament, My family actually made the trip down. So my mom, dad, both my brothers made the trip down. So after every game, I kind of talked with him, and he just gave me a little pointers, good things, bad things, just to touch on and get better every single game. I think that's really important. Obviously, like first game, tough loss, but we moved forward as a group and as an individual. Also, I think I got better as the tournament went on. So yeah, he's helping me, just little tips, just like little things to do better, making a little mistake. He's like, hey, you maybe try this next time, all that little stuff. So yeah, he's been huge help.
Man, he must have been thrilled going back to, just closer to Spengler Cup territory, I
Yeah.
guess, just
Yeah.
in that vicinity. So, like, looking back now that the tournament's wrapped up, why do you think fans, media, other players, all that stuff, why do you think they should be paying attention to a tournament like the Hlinka Gretzky Cup? I mean, it's gotten some serious hype over the years. People have covered it and continue to watch, and I feel like it's only trending in that direction. But, like, why do you feel that this is a tournament, like just a marquee event on the hockey schedule?
Well, obviously, it's like all the best players, like the future of hockey, kind of like in the obviously going into our draft. Some people, whatever 2025 draft, but still like it's the future of hockey, and I think people should like just to see like a glimpse of us playing for our countries, and it's a really cool tournament just to play against other teams' top players, and yeah, it's just a really cool tournament.
For sure, that's great. And I think that's kind of why the hype has been there the last couple of years, especially. And I'm like I said, I hope it only gets better from there. As kind of like a wrap up to this, before I toss it to Frankie and Jordan for their questions, heading back to Barrie, I've talked about this a little bit. There are definitely some question marks around the team this year. Obviously, we lose a lot of production in the OAs, and there's a lot of young guys coming in to fill those shoes and fill those bigger roles. As a young player such as yourself, how are you feeling ahead of the new season, given all the new faces that will eventually take on bigger roles with the team, and just how new of a unit you guys are going to be?
Yeah, obviously losing like Harzy, Veers, Mac, it's gonna be tough, but I think we're younger in a sense, but we still have lots of depth, and I think we'll be a good team this year. We just I don't know. I think we'll get the pieces together, but as a younger player, I think I just like I've always kind of said, I just need to play my role. Whatever's given to me, I'm gonna do my best at that kind of role. And I think we'll do well. And I think coming off of this tournament, I have confidence in myself and just trying to go into this year confident and do as well as possible in my draft year. So I think it'll be really good.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Cole Beaudoin, elite penalty killer this season. Just it's gonna happen. It's destiny. I'm gonna toss it over to Jordan or Frankie. Feel free to take the reins, boys. Try and keep it quick. I actually have I find really fun trivia segment coming up. I'm hosting it again, so super excited to do that. But take it away.
All right, I'll start this off, and I think we should flash back quickly just to the gold medal game. Obviously, such a tight game. And I'm curious, as the minutes and seconds were winding down in overtime, a potential shootout could have been on the way. You could have been called upon, Cole. Were you thinking what shootout move you were going to do, or what you potentially would have been your go-to in such a high-stakes moment?
It was actually just going to go to a second overtime. There was no shootout in the
Jordan.
Tough,
Boo.
tough. Doesn't he? Hey, Cole. You know what? That's who I was talking about. Like we got to pay more attention to this stuff. Honestly.
Okay.
Exposed.
Go B-way then. What are you doing on a B-way?
B-way, either 5-hole or come down the right side, fake low block or backhand. But I don't know, kind of read the goalie and see what he's giving me, and then go off of that. No particular move.
Is that not what Malcolm Spence did? Did he not go 5-hole there?
No, he did a massive hezzy and just outweighted the goalie, and it was a nuts goal. Like I
don't remember
sick.
the goal off the top of my head.
But actually, both that reminds me, like what I don't know, where were you when that happened? Like you are seeing that play develop. You see the turnover, you see the goalie go sprawling to his right, and you see Spence like Barrie. Like what is going through your head there? And like that was just a massive goal. So
yeah, obviously, like I've kind of known Spence for a while. We're in the same agency, so I kind of know his moves and stuff like that. So he kind of picked off the puck and coming down on the breakaway, I thought he was going to go low block or all the way. And I had a feeling he was going to score just because he's a pure goal scorer and he's an amazing player. So I ended up just waiting out the goalie, and then just finishing it. And then, yeah, just the celebration, the excitement, just, it was crazy. It was something I've never even experienced before.
Jordan, do you have another question?
Be too shell shocked after
Yeah, well,
yeah, maybe a
ask,
screwing
little,
up like that.
maybe a little intimidated. It's okay. It's okay.
I'll ask this. What was it like being in Czechia and Slovakia, potentially, just the experience there? I don't know if you had been there before. What was that like?
Yeah, definitely. I've been to Slovakia when I was younger, but yeah, it's a cool experience. We obviously at the rink a lot, practicing, getting ready. We were in Budapest in Hungary before the tournament started, so we practiced there, and that was really nice place. We went, like, looked at some castles, stuff like that. But yeah, it's really cool. Going to Europe's incredible. I've been there obviously because my dad played hockey over there, but some of the guys have never been to Europe, so it's cool for them also. But yeah, in Czech we looked at some stuff there, so yeah, it was really cool.
Over to you, Frankie.
Okay,
You're up.
I want to flash it forward a little bit because it's your draft year, right? So, guys say all the time that you just have to play your game and all that, and we get that. That's true, but at the same time, I have to imagine it's a little bit nerve-wracking going to a tournament like this when you're playing for a gold medal, but it's also a first impression for a lot of these scouts, right? So, how did you kind of get ready for that mentally to deal with that?
Yeah, obviously the mental side of the game's really important, and just trying to stay calm through it, everything. But I don't try to like overwhelm myself or any of that kind of stuff. I know who I am as a player and as a person. So I know what I can do best, and I know what I'm capable of, and I think that lots of people will recognize that and know what my game holds, and I think lots of people like the way I play. So I'm just trying to do that as much as possible and try to give people a good first glimpse of what I'm capable of.
That first glimpse was really good too because you had that deflection for a goal on the first or second shift. Can't remember whether it was Henry Muse or Frankie Benvenuti shot the puck, but it was one of them. Does that help settle the nerves when you get on the score sheet virtually right away?
Yeah, definitely get the monkey off the back. Get the goal out of the way, so you don't have to kind of worry about that. But yeah, that was obviously really huge for not only myself but the team, just to get things going there. But yeah, just quick play, rally through the puck to the net, got to the front of the net, and then tipped it away. So yeah, it was huge.
I guess just the lastly for me, how do you feel that first impression went for obviously getting ready for the season as well, but to hear your name called across that stage later this or next year, I guess.
Yeah, I think going into this year, it's obviously a really important year, but I think I've put in the work this summer, past summers, on the ice, off the ice. And even at this tournament, I think I kind of showed everyone what I'm about. And I don't know if, like, I was a huge name. Obviously, lots of people like know about, like, the top players. I wouldn't really say like I'm that like known. Some people, like, obviously, like, the players there obviously know kind of who I am, but maybe like people not know too much about hockey probably won't know about me too much. So I think I showed that there and showed people that I can play. And yeah.
Our YouTube viewers are going to see that work, by the way, because your shoulders look huge.
Yo, I was gonna say that too at the beginning, but I felt it was too weird of an intro to say that. No, Boats is looking massive and even bigger than he did last year, and it's actually scary. Like,
George, you
Colin
might
and
have
I
to get us a little
actually,
side by side from the last
like,
time he was on.
no, he was still looking huge last time he was on the show. So it's sick. Like, that's just cool to see, man.
That's funny, yeah.
Before we end into the trivia segment, I want to ask, like, just kind of like a lighthearted question. Like, playing with so many guys from the O, does this like relieve some of the rivalry you have, or does this like turn it up to the max? Because, like, you're playing with like guys like Porter Martone and Henry Muse and Frankie Morelli from Ottawa. Like, what does that do to the regular season games between like us and Mississauga and Ottawa and stuff like that?
I honestly don't think I think it kind of like calms it down, unless like it went like kind of badly at the tournament. You guys then the guys had like a little bit of argument or you didn't get along. But I personally got along with mostly everyone, so I think It'll kind of be fun going into like I didn't know Morelli too well from Ottawa, but now I know him really well. We got really close, so going into there kind of be fun. Obviously, be competitive, play your hardest out, but kind of more players like me, so I didn't really know too well, but now I know him really well. We got along really well, so going like over there playing against him, so I think it'll be fun.
Interesting guy, that Morelli kid, eh? Cool.
Yeah.
God, okay. Well, I think we settled on our next guest. Frankie, I don't know. Like, yeah, sure, why not? Alrighty, gents. It's been a long summer, but it's about to get longer because the O game is back. I don't know. I think basically whoever kind of ends up hosting it really impacts the difficulty of this. I went on the easier route. I know, like, I took a listen to like Cole's episode from last time, and like that was, yeah, one may argue that was a little difficult, especially for Cole, who's younger than all of us. But this one I purposely made like as fresh as possible. And this is just general knowledge from like the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. Like, this is just a general knowledge quiz. Yeah. So if you didn't pay attention, you're going to get exposed really
Dude,
bad.
half the games were on Czech television. I couldn't watch it.
Well, I mean, last year
And it had no stats.
Okay, just wait.
Excuses.
Just wait. You might eat those words, Frankie. I'm just saying. So yeah, it's been a long summer. This has been a long time coming to come back. It's gonna be a consistent thing now, and it's even more fun when athletes do it with us because it's hilarious. So without further ado, there's 5 questions, all of them shaped around the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. You guys I'm worried, but I'm also really excited. So the first question. Who was the highest drafted player on the 2022 Canadian team that won gold last year in Red Deer, Alberta? Now, get your thinking caps on because a little hint for you.
Play.
A little
The
hint for
highest
you.
drafted NHL player, you mean?
Yes.
Where? From
just last year's team. Like this team that was last year.
Canada's team?
Oh,
Canada's
geez.
team. Yeah. They had a fair share of first-round picks go in the 2023 NHL Draft. This guy was the first one from the 2022 Canadian roster that also won gold, ironically enough. I've missed the periods of radio silence.
Oh my God, that's Capital City Classic here too. Why can I not remember this?
That's another thing. Yeah, a lot of these guys played in the
Uh,
Capital City Challenge that Jordan,
yeah.
Frankie, and I were at. So we
Was
saw.
it Zach Benson?
That's what that's what I thought.
Okay, so Cole and is piggybacking off Jordan. Jordan guessed. Frankie,
Is Benson the wrong answer?
I'm not going to tell you until you guess. Based on Cole's expression, it looks like he's slowly regretting the answer, but oh well, it's okay.
Dude,
But Zach Benson went 13, but like there were a lot of American players that went top 10.
Yeah.
No, this is only from Canada's team, boys.
Yeah.
This is bad, dude. I can't remember the draft order. I'm gonna steal the answer. I'm going Zach Benson too.
Oh,
Well,
wait.
Frankie, you are so lucky. Okay.
Oh,
Wait, never mind.
no,
No.
let's go.
That was amazing. I just started talking. Bones is
No.
backtracking already. Frankie, and actually for Cole too. Like, good on you for stealing Jordan's answer because Zach Benson is correct. 13th overall to Buffalo. Yeah, and
I wasn't gonna make myself look bad by saying somebody who was picked in like the second round.
well, Frankie, save that because the next question might make you look legitimately bad. After Zach Benson, who were the next 3 players from that team taken in the draft? Bonus points if you can name when they were drafted and by who, as in what team.
Dude, I don't remember this draft. I hardly paid attention.
This was
I can give you one.
yeah. Hit me, Cole.
Yeah, you start off, Cole.
Colby Barlow to Winnipeg.
You got the slot. Do you have the overall pick or no?
I do, but I'll give him a chance.
Okay. If you get it wrong, it's okay. Just you can guess.
Geez, I don't know, like 18.
That's what I was
No.
guessing too.
Bang, right on the nose.
That's what I
Great
was
answer.
guessing.
Great
Oh,
answer.
I think I have 3. I
That
don't
is
think
one of them.
I think
And
I have 3.
I'm gonna give that one to Bodes. He gets the extra point for that. He's at 2. Jordan, give me your 3 in a row or whatever. Now you can only get 2, but like
It's
yeah.
Barlow, but yeah. So I'm gonna start with. I think I'm gonna start with the third one. Callum Ritchie, 28th to Colorado.
That is incorrect.
Oh, then he must be second.
I got another one, but I don't know the team or where.
That's okay. Go for
Braden Yager.
Bang.
Oh,
That's number one. Good job,
that's
Cole.
bad.
Frankie, I know you had
Oh.
no idea that. Jordan, you have no idea. So I'm just going to tell you.
I so did not pay attention to the draft this year.
Braden Yeager, Kyle
I should've
Dubas'
known
new
that.
best
Yeah,
friend,
I should have known.
14th
Oh, yeah.
overall to Pittsburgh. So we're missing one. That one also goes to Bodes, by the way. Man, Cole, you're like cleaning house. He learned his lesson from the last time he was doing this.
Yeah.
He is just amped and ready to just win this thing. Now, the
Matt,
yeah.
So you're saying it was Barlow first?
No, it was Yeager
no,
first.
sorry, Yeager, Barlow.
No. It was Yeager, then somebody.
Oh, it's somebody
and then
else in
Colby
between.
Barlow. Oh my gosh, guys!
Is it
Jordan? You need
Matthew Wood?
Matt, that
Okay, Frankie, do you have a guess, or are you just gonna sit this one out?
Dude, I didn't pay attention to the
did
draft
I
at all.
not
I don't
say
remember
that
any of these.
before him? Did you guys not hear that or what?
No, I didn't hear that at
Oh.
all. Jordan said it first in like the just now, but we'll check the tape when we put this
Yeah,
on.
check the tape
Yeah,
because
we'll
I
have to
said
check.
it before.
Okay, if that is in fact the case, Cole cleaned house in this category, but the answer is correct. Matthew Wood went 15th overall to Nashville. Those are the three after Zach Benson on the 2022 gold medal winning team. Coleman, congrats. That was
Wow.
fantastic. Like, wow. Great knowledge. Do you know like these guys or do you just pay attention to this stuff?
I paid attention to the draft, but also I actually just watched recently like their games. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah.
So he had the upper hand.
Ridiculous. No Brad Gardner on here. How am I supposed to know the answer?
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna look past that. So we got 3 questions left. This one, I honestly think, like, Cole, if you didn't think you had an advantage earlier, you might have an advantage now. Because which Canadian forward finished atop the tournament in goals and tied for the tournament lead in points? Bonus points if you can name how many goals and how many points he finished with. Cole, he was on your team.
Oh my god, it was
Wait,
that
It's
kid
from
from
this
the
year?
West, right?
Yes, from this year.
Catton. Oh,
Done. And there it
Oh,
is.
okay.
Correct. That is the correct answer.
Who was? What did you say, sir?
Berkeley
Berkeley
Cat.
Berkeley Cadden.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, the kid from the West. That's what
How
I
many
got.
goals and how many points, if anyone can name them?
11,
worth-
9 goals.
Wow. He is
Am I
off
wrong?
by 1 each. It's 8
Oh,
goals and
8,
10
yeah.
points. Very good, though. Boys, you're getting
Wow, we're getting
out right
swept
now.
here, man.
This is
you're
fair,
getting
man.
We're
yeah,
out.
you're getting swept. Finishing the tournament with 7 points. This player led all defensemen
Henry
in
Muse.
tournament scoring, and there's the layup.
We're
for
supposed to let the
Frankie.
question
I wanted to
finish.
sneak that one past.
Why
you,
would I need
Frankie,
to let that one
honestly.
finish?
I would, yeah, no, that is
I knew how
correct.
many points he had. That was my answer,
Yeah.
no matter what he said after that.
Honestly, I'm confident Cole would have gotten that right too if
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
didn't
I
have
would
an
have too.
Ottawa, like a dedicate. Sure, Jordan. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cole, you're like, I think you've clinched already. You're good, man. I think this is going to be the first time an athlete has won this segment, which is great.
go.
I
No,
wish
no,
there was some.
I think Owen Beck did pretty good too.
Owen Beck did really well, but I think there's some. I wish there was some suspense. Like we knew Owen Beck because
I
he
got
would
a-
win the damn
I
thing
got a
too.
question right for the first time.
And Frankie got a question right for the first time just because it was Ottawa 67's based. So this one, I decided to go with a bit of true or false for the last one to wrap this up. So, true or false? The Hlinka Gretzky Cup is an officially sanctioned IIHF tournament focused on bringing together. Frankie, it's no fun when you just cut me off.
Boo.
Yeah, thank you, Bodes.
I gotta
Boo
get my
indeed.
answers in, man.
Okay, well, you redeemed yourself at the end of this segment. But yes,
Yeah.
surprisingly, it is false. It is only really a Hockey Canada and a Czechia hockey and Slovakia hockey based event, which I guess is why they alternate back and forth between hosting countries. Yeah, surprised when I was doing research for this that this is actually not a IIHF tournament. But in any case, still showcases some of the best U18 hockey competition in the world. We have one of the athletes sitting right in front of us, and he's not a household name, as he says, but he will be eventually. This season's going to be a big one. So, Bodes, thank you again for joining. Looking forward to seeing what you do this year. And I can't wait to watch, just like being one of those people in the building, just watching and seeing what you do, man. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate having me. Thank you.
All right, gents.
Score
well,
50, leave it at a TD place, though.
Sounds good.
God. No, he's gonna have a whole like cheering section in TD Place.
I know,
You know,
man.
when we go.
Hey,
But
you don't have anything on Sam Maia though. You got to get the people a little louder. Sam Maia has the biggest Ottawa cheering section you've ever heard in your life.
not yet, man. Like Bodes is there. Like his whole family,
man.
all of his friends are gonna be there. Yeah. Anyways, this does it for another fantastic episode of the O-Talk podcast. Stay tuned next week when hopefully, fingers crossed, we get another interview on. But if not, you'll just hear the same three voices droning on and on about the OHL. But again, thanks a lot, Bodes, for joining. We'll see you guys next week.